people are not having these conversations, and they're so important to decide the amount of kids that I want to have, or these are the many kids that we need to have. Kids bring a lot of emotional change, a lot of physical change. As a woman, first of all, something you should know: have kids that you can take care of. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Empire. If you're passing by for the first time, please consider subscribing, consider joining this family, and yeah, so that we can continue growing. It's an amazing place to be. I am so grateful for the new subscribers that we've been getting. I am thankful that we are growing. So today it's another get ready with me. I am getting ready to go out. And I decided to just shoot this video so that I just don't waste the makeup. So yeah, today I'm just talk about a very interesting topic. You guys last time loved the one that I talked about when it comes to parenting, and I figured let's continue these conversations because people are not having these conversations, and they're so important. Wow. So today I'm just to talk about to have more children or not to have more children. Whose decision is it? Is it the man's or the woman's? Is the husband or the wifey? Like, who gets to decide? Or even just to have kids in general, whose decision should it be? Like, who should have that, mandate to decide this is the amount of kids that I want to have, or these are the many kids that we need to have, and that kind of thing. So comment down in the section below, down below, let me know whom you think should have that conversation. Without further ado, let's just go straight into this video. So as usual, your girl has her notes and we're going to go through them and talk about them, because I cannot just come here and just start talking out of the blues without having to have thought about these things. Okay, so the first question is, growing up, did you always have, like, you as a girl when you're growing up, did you always figure that when you grow up you just want to grow up and start having babies? Like, when we were growing up, it was just, I think, kawaida. Like, there was nothing more to dream about except, as a girl, I mean, there was nothing more to dream about except growing up, having kids, getting married. Like, we were not given that chance to, I'm priming my face, we were not given that chance to think otherwise, because I think that time things were not as they are right now. Right now things are a bit there's a lot of information, there's a lot of chances and opportunities to do other things other than just waking up and becoming parents or becoming a mom. There's some people who straight up from their upbringing, they just know straight up from their childhood, they just know, me when I grow up, I'm not having kids. Like, I'm not having them, whether you like them or not, whether the society likes them or not. Then they just know that they're not having kids. And there are those who grow up and they're like, I just want to have babies when I grow up. And there's us there is us, there is me, who you grew up, you didn't know whether you want to have kids or whether you don't want to have them. Like, some things just came along the way and you're like, boom, they're here, I have kids. And now that I have them, I don't feel like I need to add them. Now that I have a certain number, I don't feel like I want to have more of them. There is that type of people. They exist. They do exist. I don't know where you belong, which category you belong to. I got this Prep and Prime spray from Illegal, from Vita Farm yesterday. I want to try it because I know it's really, really good when you have dry skin. So I want to try and prep my skin with that. So, as I am saying, there are those who know right from the beginning, like, you know what, when I grow up, I just want to be a parent, I just want to have kids. And then there's those who just feel like, kids and me, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, which category are you on? Okay, fast forward, you've grown up, you're here, you're married. If you are married, so as a woman, basically growing up, you're not taught anything different. Your role is to grow up, get married, and have kids. That's how it was when we were growing up. Like, yeah, different from the generation that is coming up right now. They have all this knowledge, they have all these things they want to decide, they want to choose, and all that. So We were not taught that different. So yeah. So once you got married, now you're married. Now you're married, yeah. You're married or you're not married, but you get kids. You have kids, and boom, the kids come. Kids bring a lot of emotional change, a lot of physical change. Just the aspect of being pregnant brings a lot of things. There's a lot that happens. As much as things happen to both men and women, but I feel like the majority of things that happen to people when they're having kids tend to happen mostly on the ladies. It's a lot, and I wish that people could just understand that some topics or some talks, like when you have your first baby and then somebody just comes in and tells you, now when are you having the second baby, like unpopular opinions like those, like who told you I even want to have another baby? People don't think beyond you not having another child. They always think since you've had the first one, you are definitely going to have another one, or you're going to have more, or you're ready to have more, or you are meant to have more kids. People don't think beyond, maybe this person has had it hard for her. Having this baby that she has right now was hard. People don't think about that. People just think it was easy down the system. It was just a 1 2 3 thing, and you're done, and you're here, and you have babies. People don't think beyond that. Okay, so it's a bit complicated. Is that my like I like how Nini's talk. What are they called? England people. Today I want to try this shade 364. Although I'm kind of like, I normally use 360. Somebody thought 364 would work better. Let me just put it here and see. It's not that bad. It's not that bad either. Yeah, it's not that bad. So let me just use that. The problem with Maybelline is that it oxidizes, so it might get me darker, which I don't want. So people don't have second thoughts. They just think because you've had your first baby, it's going to be just automatic for you to have other kids. So they don't even think when they come and tell you, hey, now she has a second born. They don't even know if when you are having your first baby, if there are complications and you don't have your womb anymore. They don't think beyond that. So they just come and make comments. And then when you're not having a second child, people are like, hi, Connie, what's going on? When you're not having a child, it's an issue. When you have a child, one child, it's also an issue. Like, why are you not having another one? Like, society just have a lot of expectations for women which are not even. And the worst thing is that it's the woman who gets blamed for all this. The men, they tend to not be so much involved. They're not so much what do you call it? They're not so much accused of not being in a position to have kids, because they always assume it's the woman's problem, which in most cases it's not. I don't know how I feel about this foundation. Is it too bright or too dark on me? Let me just choose it and see. So they don't consider like the man could be the problem. Okay, so now you have your kids, and then now your husband is here, and the society and the mother-in-law, and everybody's like, hey, because now you have one kid, it's about time you added another one. Girl, you've not even gotten over, mind you, this kid is like maybe a year already. You've not even gotten over the first birth trauma, and then somebody's just here bringing it to you blindly, like you need to have another baby. Like, is it even like, do they even consider our emotional feelings and the things that we go through during pregnancy? Because people assume that it's easy. It's not easy. The mental health is crazy when it comes to pregnancy and just having a baby, whether you are prepared or not. There's always that thing of, if you're prepared, it's going to be easy. Let me tell you something. Even if you are prepared and you are ready to have that kid, once that kid comes, you will tell yourself you are never ready. You will never be ready for having kids. You will never be ready. It's always an emotional roller coaster when it comes to just having babies and raising kids in general. Okay, so I think people really need to be sensitive about it and stop bringing their expectations on women about having children If a woman decides, I think that this decision should be left to a woman. If me as a woman have decided me I want to have 2 kids, who are you to come and tell me to have more than 2 kids? Like, why are you forcing me? And then men tend to make it look like you don't want to have another kid, so you don't want to have babies with me. So why are you making it such a big deal? Who said I don't want to have babies with you? As a woman, first of all, something you should know: have kids that you can take care of. Okay, have kids that you as a woman can take care of. Say if anything happened to this man, which I'm not saying it should, but if anything happened to that man, these kids, you will be able to take care of them. Okay, you will not be like struggling to take care of them, because society will give you pressure like have other kids, have more kids, and then when anything happens to this man or the mother-in-law or the in-laws or whichever, they want you to have, you know, those kids. And then when the man, something happens to the man's, yeah, you are there all alone trying to figure out what's going on or what's going to happen. You don't have help, you don't have the emotional support that you used to have. So why did you have more kids? You know what I'm trying to say? So to me, I feel like that decision should lie on the woman. It's the woman who should decide how many kids they're supposed to have. And it's about time men stop putting their ego in front for the sake of our bodies, because it's our body, it's not theirs. It's not their body, it's ours. So we decide what we want to do with it. Because as a woman, the more you have kids, the quicker you age. Alright? The quicker you age and the quicker you just become older and you become weaker. People don't realize that, because with every child that you have, there's a part of you that goes with it. I don't know if people even understand. There's a part of you that goes with it physically, emotionally, and mentally with every kid, no matter how old they get. Like if I decide I want to have 1 kid, it should be like the man should sit me down and ask me why do you want to just have 1 kid? Or if I decide I don't want to have kids, because there are people who have decided they don't want to have kids, and then I'm not against it. If you don't want to have kids, it's fine. I totally understand why. There's so many reasons. Like personally, I don't want to have so many kids. Like I'm okay with having 2. I would even have 1 if it was my wish. You see now where the problem is, if it was my wish, because I want to have 1 or 2 or 3 kids, but now my partner maybe wants 4 or 5 or even 6, but I'm not in that mental capacity, so it's going to be a tussle for us to decide how many kids we want to have. But people don't let women decide. They put women in a position where if you decide you want to have this number of kids and I don't want to have this number of kids as a man, then this relationship is not going to work, which is not the best way to treat a woman. Yeah, I think I'm saying something. Am I talking too much? Because I just want to know whose decision this should be, because it has been put to us. Number 3 is that people are so insensitive. They put it out there like women they have superpowers, like it is just kawaida for every woman to have a child. It is not a usual thing that every woman can have a child. Some women can't have kids for so many reasons. Others it's medical, others just don't want to have them, others maybe their wombs ruptured and such kind of thing. So people are just so insensitive because they always think that every woman should become a mother. So if they see a woman saying that they never want to have kids, they start judging. Like, why don't you want to have kids? Like, a woman should have kids. You know, a woman should be able to carry her own kids and just bring them forth. Why are you judging that person? Like, if she doesn't have kids, why is it bothering you? It's her decision. Why should we have consent? Like, why should that woman have consent of not wanting to have kids? You get me? You get what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm trying to say. This decision, to me, I feel like it lies on the woman. I don't care what people want to say that it involves the man. The decision lies. It's the woman who should decide how many kids they want to have. Crucify me if you want, but because we have been pushed aside and we have been made to make decisions according to how men want us to make these decisions, which is not a good thing. It is not a good thing at all. It is not ideal. Men should give us some space. Let us decide these things for our own and just let them support us, please, because kids, man. Because as a man, yours is just to provide, which is not a bad thing. There are some men who are emotionally invested in the kids and physically invested in the kids, and there are those who are just not. So you, as a mother, you feel drained. Kuna tu wale, they don't care. Once you've gotten pregnant, they're like, okay, now you're pregnant. They don't even know what physical changes you go through. They don't even know if there is anything hard about it. They just expect you to just work it out, wing it, bring that baby, and raise the kid, and they grow up, and that's it. Like, what's the big deal? You just have the babies. They just think it is the easier thing to do, and I think that's where the problem is. So as a woman, please communicate. Please communicate. I feel like these videos, I'll always tell women to just communicate and tell their men what they think and what they feel, because maybe even the man doesn't know, like, there's a problem with you, not like there is an issue, that you have an issue about having more kids, or even being pregnant, or even some women may just assume that the man understands or knows what's going on, but some men don't even know what's happening. So please just communicate. I feel like every time as a woman, I just want to tell women to just communicate, learn to communicate their feelings out, because our feelings are being mistaken, our feelings are being swept under the carpet, and that's because we don't talk about them more. And that's because the society has also made it so difficult for us to talk about them, because it has been made clear that we do not have a say in whatever happens to us, because we are women and we are men's property. So the generation that is coming, we're not men's property. We are women, yes, but we have a say. We have a say in whatever happens to us, in whatever happens to our bodies. We have a say in whatever we want to do with our body. There are people who, but I'm not of the idea that you should abort. I'm not a pro. Is it a pro-life or not a pro-life? I don't know. Whatever they call themselves nowadays. Abortion to me should be just, if it has medical reasons, yeah, then it's good. But just aborting because you don't want to have kids, why don't you just use measures of not having that baby other than aborting it? So that is also another thing. If you are a woman and you just know straight up that you don't want to have kids, please just take the necessary cautions and the necessary measures to not get pregnant, other than getting pregnant and then you abort and then you start coming here to tell us that you're pro-choice. If you're pro-choice, please take all the necessary measures to just become pro-choice, in the sense that you're not just aborting because it's your body and you have the ability to do whatever it is you want to do with it, which is okay, it's still fine, it's your body anyway. But please just be sensitive, because there's no way of aborting if you can prevent it. Just prevent it from happening than aborting it. So yeah, that's what I want to say. So please stop judging women if they tell you they don't want to have kids, or they tell you they don't want to have more kids. They have their reasons why they don't want to have those kids. So yeah, is there something else I wanted to add on this topic? I think there's a last point that I have, and then now I can just finish my makeup, because the other thing is about birth control. Birth control is hectic for women, and the main reason why we really don't want to have more kids, yo, because we just feel like, can we just stay without worrying about getting pregnant? Is it easier? Like, or can they just bring up a plan for men to get birth control? Because it's too much for women. So sometimes as a woman, I will decide not to have kids because I'm just tired of the birth control issues and stuff like that. So as a man, can you please understand that aspect? But you can only understand that aspect as a man if I communicate to you as a woman. If I don't, then it's going to be hard. So whose decision should it be? Should it be the woman's decision, the man's decision, or a consensus decision? There are some people who have it in a consensus decision, like I know, or someone very close to me, who the husband just decides, me, I don't want to have more kids. The ones that I have are enough. Please do whatever it is you can do, but I don't want to have more kids. But there are men who don't communicate that. They don't even tell you they don't want more kids. They just change. You have more kids and they change. So you're like, I thought having more kids was fine. So why is it an issue? Why have you changed all of a sudden that provision has become so hard for you? Because you as a woman, you're not even communicating to this man and asking him and talking to him like, how many kids do you think we should have? How many kids do you think is enough? How many kids do you think we can handle as a family? So you just go ahead and have kids because you think in your head that a woman's work is to just give birth and have more kids. So you put them up in the house, and there are so many, and the burden becomes so heavy for the man that he cannot provide, and then things start getting haywire, and the man disappears, or he's not providing enough, all those kinds of stuff. So communicate to your men's, yeah. Communicate to your husbands if you have them. If you don't have them, communicate to your partner. If you don't have a partner, why are you having more kids? As a woman, have kids that you as a person can be able to take care of them if anything happens. It is that easy, okay? If anything happens and you're left there hanging, just be in a position to take care of these kids, because, it's your life. So, yeah, I think that is what I wanted to communicate, that this decision should solely lie on a woman. A woman should decide. If the man is not in a position to decide, or if the man is not around, it's a woman's decision to know how many kids she wants to have, because it's her emotions that are at stake right here. Sorry guys, my battery died when I was filming that what did you call that video and I was filming this video, so I just decided to just finish up my makeup off camera and just come here with a conclusion. So this is what I'm saying, this is how I am concluding this video. So if you are a woman, communicate your feelings to your partner or the person that you're having these kids with, so that they understand the difficulty that you're going through, so that they understand the number of children that you want to have. Also, sometimes men have feelings they want to like they want to communicate in regards to having a big family or a small family. Maybe there's a man out there who feels like one child is enough for me, and the woman feels like maybe we should have 3. So we need to talk and come into a consensus, maybe have 2. So instead of just giving birth to babies, and maybe this man or this person is not able to take care of them and they have not communicated, so they start neglecting their duties and you start wondering what's going on. So just communicate. Communicate is the biggest thing. Just communicate and just let these people understand how you want. But but all in all, together, to me, I feel like the decision of having more kids or whether to have another child, it's a woman's decision. You as a woman make that stand, like decide, and then now communicate. So, and then now maybe after communicating, then you can compromise. But that's just me. Let me know in the comment sections below what you think. This decision, who should have that decision, who should have the last say when it comes to the number of kids you should have, or if whether or not you want to have kids. Let's have that discussion going. I love how my makeup has turned out. It's been a while since I wore a red lipstick, and yeah, I'll come back in the evening and see how this makeup has taken me. You're going to see that in a vlog, so be sure to subscribe and also comment, like, and share. Patronize me, my earrings business, patronize my makeup business if you like it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.